Hi everyone, this is on chapter 10 of trigonometry ratio, right? For this chapter, we are going to learn about what is this trigonometry ratio. So first, let us talk about what is trigonometry, right? So a trigonometry is basically a triangle, right? It's basically a triangle. So our prerequisite knowledge is from the previous chapter, we learned that Pythagoras theorem is for a right angle triangle, right? So right angle triangle, and then we have the c square, okay, equals to a square plus b square. Alright, and c square, from the previous chapter, we learned a term for it, right? Okay, and why is that term called? It's called the hypotenuse. Okay, hypotenuse. Alright, it only exists in a right angle triangle. Right, and hypotenuse is basically the longest side of the triangle. So this is the longest length. Right, so this is basically what we've learned in the previous chapter, right? So I should have the notes with you now. So now a right angle triangle. Now there are two right angle triangles here. So these two are the hypotenuse. Once again, how do we know that it is the hypotenuse? We take reference from the 90-degree. Right, so you can use your finger. Alright, place your finger at the 90-degree. The line that is not touching the finger, okay, is the opposite to it, which is the hypotenuse. So you can do it with any right angle triangle. Just place your finger at the right angle. The length that is not touching it is the hypotenuse. Alright, now for this chapter on trigonometry, alright, the two other angle, right, we will also mark one of them. Alright, so if we mark this angle here, right, this one called the mark angle. Alright, so similarly, if I place my finger here, alright, which length is not touching this mark angle? Which length is not touching this mark angle? Right, so it is this length AC, right? So this length here, we basically call it the opposite. Okay, the opposite to it. Alright, because opposite means it's not touching. Alright, so it's over here, spelling opposite. And the other length that is touching your finger is adjacent. Okay, it is adjacent. So you have the opposite, which is not touching the angle, which is not touching the mark angle, and the adjacent, which is touching the angle. Alright, now can you try on the other triangle? Alright, now on your notes very quickly, just see out which one is the opposite and which one is the adjacent. Alright, I hope you have tried it out. So basically, this is the answer. Right, so this is the mark angle. Same thing, I place my finger at the mark angle, or thumb in my case. The length that's not touching it is opposite to it, and this is the adjacent. Okay, so all in conclusion here, hypotenuse, we always label the hypotenuse first, then depending on where is the mark angle, my opposite and my adjacent will change accordingly. Alright, if you realize these two triangles ABC, they are exactly the same. Only difference is the mark angle is different. One is at the bottom at angle B, the other one is at the top at angle A. Okay, and the opposite and adjacent will change. Hypotenuse will always stay the same. Right, so this is on how to label a triangle. So this one is the number one step.